So this diapir was there. Compressional setting cannot generate a diapir. It will only accentuate or it will reallocate. It cannot generate. But in a opening setting or the extensional setting, a diapir develops. So this is during the extensional setting. This has become like this. So when the compression starts, when it is, it undergoes a compression. So different types of modification takes place. So the first modification is this becomes like this. First it becomes like this. Next it becomes like this. Ultimately this is detached from its base. This is the weld. This is the diapir. What? Teardrop diapir. Teardrop diapir. This is separate from its base or the stalk. So this is called a teardrop diapir. Now, if there are a number of teardrop diapirs, how? So remove it. Can I remove? See, you get a small teardrop diapir here. You get a small teardrop diapir here. So these are all its pairs. There is no more supply. There is no more supply of salt. It is detached from here. Understood? Now, this part will have structures like this. These are the mini basins or the synclines. Mini basins on either side of the salt diapir. So like this, if you have a series of salt diapir, so you have a marginal or the circular basin surrounding a salt diapir, something like this. So these are the synclines between two salt diapirs. So you will get a picture like this, in a seismic image. There may be some antiform also. Yes. So this part will be there will be folded structures in between, starting with the synform on either side. There could be some antiform also inside. So these are those transparent spaces. So they indicate they are the salt diapir. So these type of structural things, generally synform with or without antiforms are all indication of compressional settings. So this is called a teardrop diapir. So teardrop diapirs are indication of compressional settings. So teardrop diapirs you will get in Himalayan mountains. Understood, na? Now the second category, the other category, is something like this, The name I am not writing. First you see, the diapir has gone up to this. So this is a salt sheet. Yesterday we have read. So it begins with a salt sheet. So this is a part of passive diapir. Yesterday I have told you, it just spreads over the basis. Now, if compression happens, then compression happens. So how this is modifying its shape? So three things is arising, Three things may arise. One is, you see what I am drawing here. Now this base, will have a structure like this. Which one part I am drawing, This part. This part becomes like this. So this is a flat and this part is a round. Now, you bring it like this. ऐसे बना देना. The importance is the flat and round. So flat and round structure at the base of the salt sheet. Here. How this develops, I will tell you.
After compression, sir? During compression.
During compression. Once compression starts, this type of modification takes place. See, when the compression starts, what happens? Like this, When compression starts, more and more salt, more and more salt is supplied to the dipole. So यहाँ से जाता नहीं, because we are pressing, so more and more material is going through the dipole. So they are going and spreading like this. They are going and spreading like this. During compression, you are pressing it. So from the base, salt is being pressed or injected into the salt dipole like this. Now when this injection is taking place, this is trying to spread. When more and more injection is taking place, this is trying to spread. When this spread is taking place, ऐसा spread हो रहा है. Spread is taking place. But same time, this is a basin. This is a basin. Sedimentation is also going on. Sedimentation is going on. So here, at the front, here, these areas, at the front I will write from here. So same time, sedimentation is going on. Going on. Now suppose the sedimentations are taking place at the front. Sedimentation at the front. So what will happen? You are injecting more and more salt into it, and this part is getting blocked. This part is getting blocked because of the sedimentation. Sedimentation will also take place here everywhere. But first, let us say this side only the frontal part. So if sedimentation is taking place here, it is blocking it. Just to overcome that block, this will climb you up like this. Then it will spread. It will climb you up. Again spread. Then there will be sediments deposited. Again it will climb you up and spread. Like this phenomenon will happen because the sediments are blocking it. So these are sediments. So this flat and round structure is the result of sedimentation. Understood this part? Not tell me. So the flat and round structures we have read in case of thrust. That is also another structure, so we will read it. But they can also develop something like this. Why it is called a flat and why it is called a round? With respect to what you are calling, you understand what is a flat? When a surface is parallel to something, it is called a flat. When it is an angle to something, it is called a round. Understand? So why it is called a flat? This is a flat because with respect to the sediments. Why it is called a round? With respect to those sediments. ऐसे ये sediment आपके पास है ना ऐसा. If this base is like this, salt base, it is a round. The salt spreads like this, this is a flat, this is a ramp. Same terminology is also applied to thrust. We will read it. So with respect to the surrounding bed or surrounding structures, you have to discuss it is whether it is a flat or a ramp. Understand that? Suppose I gave you some beds like this, some beds. These are the beds, and there is a ऐसे इंक्लूजन सपोज ऐसा आपका हो गया ऐसा इंक्लूजन ऐसे इंक्लूजन ऐसे इंक्लूजन ऐसे so which part is flat, which part is round? So that definition you try to understand. This will be now flat. So flat not horizontal. Flat is with respect to the surrounding structure. Remember. Understood that? So now this becomes a flat. This becomes a round. You are discussing with respect to the structure, not with respect to horizontal or vertical or inclined. In general term, in hospital or in some buildings, you must have seen the ramp. Even this building has also ramps. Because you are with respect to the horizontal, you are talking it is a ramp. Because you walk on horizontal plane. But here, the plane is this. So remember, sometimes question comes like this.
Sure. This is not mean to, that is not structure is not to be compulsory formed because that depends upon the rate of sedimentation and also of the injection.
Because sedimentation is continuously going on. Na?
Okay, but if the injection is rate of injection of the salt is far more greater than the sedimentation, then that will.
Then you will not get it. Here you are not getting it. Na? Here the sediments are there. It is spread over like this. This is a horizontal surface. You will not get anything. But when suppose there is some quiescence, some whiteness, then the spread took place, and by the time there is some sediment.
If there is sedimentation rate is much greater than the compression rate,
Sedimentation is much lower.
much greater, then will the ramp and flat form?
Then this will intrude. That we are coming to that. It will intrude into that. So this part you understand that. Now I will come to that. You don't worry. I will come to that. So this is a ramp that something with respect to the surrounding structure. So this is one. Two. What you get, you see, you draw the same thing like this. This side is your ramp, flat like this. What happens sometimes it collapses. ऐसे collapse हो जाता है. Collapse करके draw it. The sediments are deposited over the salt bed. Traces of sediment is also deposited over. Therefore, over the salt bed sediments are deposited. If that is the case, this salt body is now hidden. It is not exposed because I will write down. There may be some collapse of dipel. So mini basins develop. Mini basins develop here, and sedimentation took place over it. Understood, na? Sedimentation took place over it. So like this, now suppose you are pressing, you are pushing more and more salt. Salt is injected. Salt is put. That means this part is totally covered with sediment. Then how they will spread? They will spread by developing. Now they will spread by developing thrust. Thrust front. Thrust front कैसा? Thrust front will develop. So through this thrust, things will go out. I will draw one more sketch, just to show. Let me remove it. So depending on the amount of sediments and the spread of salt sheet, it is something like this. The salt bed will be draw it, yeah. So these are your salt. Here sedimentations are. Here sediments are there. So these are thrust front. These are thrust front. So this kind of thrust front. So it can transport, it can migrate to large distances, remaining connected with the main body or detached from the main body. They may travel for a long distance along the thrust. Because you are pushing from this side and this part is covered with sediments. You are asking something?
If the compression is going on, then why does it actually in the first place it collapses and then the thrust?
No, see what he is telling. This part is positive relief. Positive relief. The sediments will not stay over it, na? Sediments will not stay over it. So you have to develop some basins. So then how the basins will develop on a domal topography? So it has to collapse. Small extension will take place here, like this way. Extension will take place here. Small half gravels will develop like this. The sediments will fill up. This side also sediments will fill up.
So what will be the scale of that? Like that will in some kilometer scale or some?
Depending on the salt sheet dimension. Salt sheet dimension. If it is small, like in a half a kilometer dome, even there also extension will take place and basin will be. If it is more than that, it will also develop. Point is, the sediments will be deposited over it. Then only this type of thrust. And you are pushing from below and they have been covered by the sediments. How they will go out? Inject through. So one mechanism is your thrust. Like that. So this is called, this phenomenon is called frontal thrusting. So it is frontal thrusting. Frontal thrusting. Now, one more thing is telling, open toe last one. So one is your first ramp and flap. Second one is frontal thrust. The mechanism is you try to correlate. Third one is telling open toe. Open toe. This is nothing, the same thing. Only the point is, so these are the sediments deposited. So the frontal part, it is open. This frontal part is open. And these are all filled up with sediments. So here thrust do not develop. Here thrust do not develop. Thrust do not develop. It only spreads. So you may get a open-ended